Good morning, my fantastic Revit family. All right, woohoo, here we go. This tip today is actually a tip that a user asked for. So, because I haven't talked about shared parameters in a long time, I'm going to take shared parameters all the way back from creating a shared parameter, embedding it inside a in a family, and then using that shared parameter inside of a schedule, and then exporting that out to Excel or Google Sheets or whatever spreadsheet program you have. All right. Whew. Boom. Let me just show you the comment. I'm going to share my screen here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go right here, not Revit right now. Let's go here to the channel comments. Now, this is a comment right here. His name is L. Raines or Raines. Okay. My friend L. Actually, I don't know if your name's Larry or Lee or Leonard, but for now, I'm just going to call you L. Okay. So, what I'm dealing with here, and I'm not going to read the whole comment. It's this guy right here. He is working as a retail designer. Okay, so just work with me, people. We got a retail designer here, and he's got bookcases that he puts in retail, and he's got various families that can contain different numbers of books. Okay, so let's just say this family holds 50 books, or this family holds 100 books, or this family, there's these book racks. Well, once you get all the book racks into your project, you need to know what how many books that you can, what's your minimum number of books that you can house in that retail solution, and the maximum number of books that you can house in that retail selection or solution. And what you need to do is be able to create a schedule that holds and pulls all that information together. So every time you add a bookcase, it should update the schedule automatically. And then once you get exactly what you want, maybe you want to export that to Excel, okay? And then present it somehow in some chart or document. Okay, that's where we're going, friends. So here we go. Back to Revit. Okay, now back here in Revit, what we're going to do is we're going to go to 3D in our little project. And you recognize the project. This is a little architect's office. Okay, I work right inside that little office. Virtually, actually. It looks like I'm sitting underneath a tree today. But we all know. Anyway, let's just suppose outside of your little tiny office here, just outdoors, nearby your architect's office, you had a retail store. Oh, go figure, a retail store, okay? So what I'm gonna do is here's a retail store right here. Let's suppose you had a retail store that was sitting right there. Now, it's just a gorgeous little retail store, and I think we've got a property line issue because that's way too close to that building. But whatever, okay? Let's suppose you had a door to get into your retail store. Okay. I'm just having fun with this, people. Okay. Don't kill the messenger. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's a door to get in. And yay, I know the walls are too short, but I put the walls only 5 foot tall so you could see the racks of books in here. Okay. And let's just say you had a window. Oh man, you got a couple windows over here. Beautiful. And you got one right there, one right there. Okay. Whatever. Mike, let it go, Mike. You can stop whenever you can. Okay. So it's fantastic. Oh my gosh, this is the design. L, who are you? L, Rainey, this is your new design for your new retail outlet, okay? Okay, let's suppose, I'm gonna go up to the second floor of this building, and I have up on the second floor some shelving, okay? I'm gonna can that shelving so it doesn't interfere with the numbers in our project. So now I don't have any shelving anywhere in this project yet. So work with me, everybody. I'm going to go over here to my families. I'm going to go down to furniture. Okay. And I'm going to go down to shelving. All right. So here we go. Let me just simplify this. Yeah, whatever. Okay. I've got two shelving units. And let me just rename these to make it easier for everybody. I'm going to rename this one. I'm going to capital small shelving. Look at that. And this one I'm going to rename large. Okay. I don't even care what these are called. You guys, you've got various families in your project. Okay. And so look, if I take this small one and I say, okay, I've got a small family right here and here, and I'm going to put one over here. Man, this is a beautiful, beautiful design layout. Okay. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, there. Oh, look at that. You go in the door and then you've got these small rack over here on the left. Whoa, that's amazing. Okay, now I'm gonna bring the large shelving over here and you got, oh, there's a nice large shelf. Oh, and there's another one over there. Okay, how many books can I have in this retail store? I don't know. Why don't we have Revit calculate it for us? Now, this is where we're getting to parameters. If we have a parameter inside this family, it will tell us, we can put two parameters, one for the minimum number of books that this could hold, and then one for the maximum number that this rack could hold, so that you would know, okay, how many books, minimum and maximum, would fit on this rack, and for any rack. But that information, we could make a parameter and use it right here in the project. But if you make it a regular parameter, it is not usable in schedules. And we kind of need Revit to do the calculations for us. So because Revit wouldn't be able to calculate it, we have to go a different route. And the different route is a shared parameter, okay? Let's just get that, get your brain wrapped around that. All right, if you've never used shared parameters, I'm going to take it from the bottom right here and work you right up, okay? Or we take it from the top. Why would you take something from the top? No, never mind. Okay, we're just going to start at the ground zero and take it from there. All right, so here we go. If I click on this object, okay, I'm going to hit Edit Family, okay? And in this family, well, do I want to go there first? No, I think explaining shared parameter. I'm going to close that file, close. Okay, I'm going to explain. Do you want to change it? No. Okay, go away. I want to explain shared parameters really fast. Okay, a shared parameter, work with me here. A shared parameter is a parameter that you put it in like a little holding tank. Okay, there's a little place, a holding tank, and it's a file. So all it is a text file that holds all of your parameters. You might have shared parameters in there for rooms. You might have shared parameters in there for furniture, some shared parameters in there for, I don't know, your countertops, whatever. I don't even care. You'll come up with a bunch of shared parameters. Now, the holding tank is just a place, it's just a file on somewhere on your server, on your computer. That shared parameter can be placed inside of a family, but you can also put that shared parameter into your project. And then once it's in the project, it can be used in schedules to calculate things, okay? But because it is a shared parameter, you can also use it in any project you want, and it'll work because it is shared between families and projects, okay? So that's where we're going. We're going to go make a shared parameter, and then we're going to put it into the furniture, this piece of furniture here, which is a cabinet, a shelving unit, and we're going to also put it in the project. Okay, you're with me. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So if I click on this little piece of furniture, I don't even click on it. Okay, I'm going to go up here. In here, wait for it. I need to go make a shared parameter and put it inside the holding tank. And then I'm going to use it inside of my project and inside my family. So here we go. To make a shared parameter, I'm just going to come up here to Manage, and there's a little button called Shared Parameters. And this, let me move this over here so you can see it. This is, it says the shared parameter file doesn't exist. So I say, whatever, okay? I'm going to, if you have never used a shared parameter file, which is the little text file, that's the holding tank for everything, okay? You can hit this little button called Create when this shared parameters comes up, okay? Create a shared parameter file. So I'm going to just keep it simple. I'm just gonna, you can put it on your server wherever you want, but I'm gonna put it on my desktop. And sure, look at that. I can call it shared parameters, or look, Mike's great shared parameters. You can call it whatever you want, whatever your firm's name is. You call it, I know, Johnny's Design Company shared parameters. Okay, you with me? It's just a text file. And when I'm gonna put it on my desktop, I'm gonna say save. Now, that file is just sitting there, it's empty. It has no parameters in it. In fact, if you look right here, 0 parameters and 0 groups. The reason they have the group, you gotta keep things in groups and then parameters under them. Group, parameters under them, just for organization purposes. So I'm gonna make a new group. And this group is gonna be called furniture. Furniture items, okay? You can make another group called rooms, another group called sheets, title blocks, you know, if you have shared parameters for those kind of things. But under furniture, we need a parameter. I'm going to hit here, new parameter, okay? And I'm going to call it max number of books. Max number of books, and I'm just going to make it an integer, make it easy for all of us, okay? Max number of books is an integer, and I just go, okay. And now that is a parameter. It's a shared parameter. It is sitting in the holding tank, ready to be used for families or projects. You with me? Okay. So here it is, maximum number of books. And then I need another one because L, our friend L, Rainey, said that he needed to also know the minimum number of books that was on a rack. So I'm just going to hit new parameter, make another one. Minimum number of books, okay? And it too is going to be an integer. Bam. So look, I've got maximum number of books, minimum number of books. I could make many more parameters for whatever purposes I need. But for now, I'm done. I'd say, okay. So what I did was I just created a file on my desktop that I can actually move that on my server anywhere I want. And when Revit, when you go to use parameters, if it can't find it, you just go browse to it. No big deal. So you can move it. It's not like, it's not going to break anything if you move it somewhere. But for now, it's on my desktop. So here we go. Stick with me. Work with me. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Now, we need to push that into two things, the project, and we need to use it in this family. So I'm going to click on this family. Okay. I'm going to say edit. Okay. And so here it is. Here's the rack. Woo, we love it. Okay. If I made it consistent colors, you would see that the large one here is the white. And if I switch it, look at this. I'm going to switch over to the small one. And you see it's the tan. So you guys see this, remember it from the project? But what I want to do is add those two shared parameters into this project. So here we go, into this little guy. So what I'm going to do it right here. Look at this. Wait, down here at the bottom. This is the new parameter button. Okay. So let me show you how I got here. You come up here to the top left under properties, and there's a little button that looks like it has 4 ice cubes. I don't know why they have a picture of 4 ice cubes, but hey, I didn't make the program. Okay. So you click on that button. That's the button for family types. Okay. And now down here at the bottom, I can add more parameters. So I'm just going to click on that. And look at this. This is the first time that it's going to reinforce what I just told you. If this is just a family parameter, it cannot appear in schedules. Bam, we don't want to use that. We want to use a shared parameter. So we switch the radio button here for shared parameters. And when I hit select, it opens up my text file, you know, the holding tank. And I'm going, oh, I need the maximum number of books to be brought in here. I say, okay, okay. And wait for it. It's a type parameter. And I just say, okay. And it's in. Done. It's in the family. But I need to go get the minimum number of books and bring that also. So I just come down here and click on new parameter. shared, select it, minimum number of books. Okay, okay, bam, it's in. Okay, you with me? Now, we've got those in our project now. The maximum number of books and minimum, not project, we've got them in our family. So when I say okay, and I load that back into the project, it says, do you want to save it? Nah, yeah, you would typically save it somewhere on your server, but I just loaded it in and I'm going to overwrite the existing version. So now it is in this, it is inside my family, and that came in here. And so that if I wanted to, look at this over here, wait for it. You see shelving over here in my list of furniture? Underneath it is large and small. So I can double click on small and it'll bring up the parameters. And where is it? Oh, right there at the bottom under other. The maximum number of books for this small one, let's just say is 40 books can fit on it. And the minimum number I'm going to put on there is 10. I'm making these numbers up, L, because I don't know anything about books, but I do know about shared parameters. So minimum 10 for this is small, okay? That's good. So if I double click on large, now this one is the large rack. The maximum it can hold is 200, but minimum 50, okay? So now I've got that parameter into my, it's inside my family. And what I like to also do is make sure that that parameter is inside, well, it came into my project. So let's use that parameter, friends. Ready to use it? We're going to use that parameter in a schedule. We're going to make a schedule that schedules how many books we have with these racks. So here we go. I'm going to go to a view tab, click on schedules, and we're going to go schedules and quantities. And I would like a, there it is, furniture schedule, but I'm going to call this one shelving. Shelving. You with me? Okay. So now what happens is I need some, this is what I'm scheduling over here, and it's nothing. Look at this. Oh, the maximum number of books, bing. The minimum number of books, bing. And I can push, you can click on an item and go up or down right here with these arrows. So I want minimum first and then max. But I want to also put in the family name, okay? And I'm gonna move that up. So the family name is gonna be at the top. But then the type name next, okay? So family and type and minimum number of books, maximum number of books. You with me? Okay, so I just want to show you, if I say, okay, look what it does. It builds me a quick schedule. Now, it's pulling in all the furniture in my whole project. I'm like, what? It does, it pulls in my shelving, okay? And it shows me the small shelving and the large shelving, and it tells me how many books I've got. But look at all this other stuff. I don't need desks and chairs and all kinds of stuff. And what I want to do is I want to filter this thing so that it only shows shelving, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on the different, I'm going to click on filter. I click filter. And what I want to do is filter it. And when I click on this, I'm like, what? I can only filter it based on the number of books, minimum and maximum number of books. I'm like, no way. So if that happens to you, and it happens to me every time, but I just wanted to show you, I want to give you an error, a negative before I give you a positive. We need a parameter somewhere in this schedule so that we can filter by it. Doesn't matter what parameter. It needs to be a parameter that we can filter. Now we can go build yet another parameter, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go over here to my all the different fields. So what I clicked on the fields button. Now here's what we're talking about. These are all the parameters that I can bring over into my project. It just so happens that one that comes over perfectly fine is description, okay? I'm gonna bring that over, description. And I can sort by, and I can filter by description. So let me just give this a description. Shelving, okay, that's shelving, done, right? Shelf, I think I spelled it right. And it says, are you sure? And I say, yeah. And it puts that on all the smalls. Well, I want shelving on the large ones also, okay? So now it pushes that to all the small and the large. Now, I could add descriptions for all the rest of this stuff. I don't need to waste your time, but I just want to show you how it would work. If I said, okay, this right here is a desk, okay? Then it puts that on all the desks. And if I said, okay, wait, this is a chair, okay? It pushes that to all the different chairs. And this is a file cabinet. Look at me, I'm doing it anyway. Files. It pushes that to the files. And what do we got left? TV. TV. I only have one on my project. Okay, here's a table. Okay. And almost done. Another chair. Okay. So now I could, so I've got descriptions for these, and these are simplified descriptions just for this exercise. But I want to sort out so that this schedule only shows me shelving, okay? So that's where the filter comes in. So I click on filter, and I want to filter by description. If the description equals, and there's a lot of different options, but if the description equals shelving, that stays in. Bam. So look at that. Pretty amazing, right? Now, in this, I'm going to do a couple other things to make this schedule look nice, okay? So I'm going to click on sorting and grouping button. Okay. On the sorting and grouping button, I want to separate the smalls and the larges from each other. So I'm going to sort it by the type, okay? That's the type, see? And then right over here, I'm going to put a blank line between them. So if I say okay, it puts a line in between the larges and the smalls, okay? And it also puts them in alphabetical order. So the larges are going to come first. Okay. I'm using description to help sort this thing and filter it, but I don't need it visible. So I can come over here to formatting, and I can click on description and check the box for hide, okay? And that goes away. It's still here. It's being used to filter, but it doesn't have to be visible, okay? So look, we have large shelving. This one holds 50 and maximum of 200. Smalls hold 10 and 40. But we already know this is shelving. So I'm gonna hide family. Okay. So I'm gonna go over here to format. I'm gonna click on family and hide that. So we're getting good. This whole thing is about furniture. I mean shelving. So large and small. And these names could be the actual manufacturer's model numbers, whatever. So now we want Revit to calculate for us, add these up for us, because I'm just assuming I can't do the math. So here we go. What we want to do is go over to formatting. Now look, for minimum number of books, see it says it's not going to calculate. Not going to calculate, not going to do it. So I changed that to calculate the totals, please. And I want to do that also for the maximum number of books. Calculate totals, please. Okay? You want to tell those two parameters to actually calculate. Because Revit, technically, it won't do extra work unless you ask it. Sounds kind of crazy. But now that we've given it the ability to do that, okay, I'm going to switch over to the sorting and grouping. I'm going to say, see, right here under the large, I would like to have, under the type, I would like a footer. And I want the footer, wait for it, I want the footer to give me the counts and the totals. So when I say okay, take a look at what it does. Okay, so what it does, it's adding up for me. It says I have 2 larges and I have 4 smalls in my project. And the total minimum number of books for the largest is 100, and the maximum number of books for the largest is 400. So I'm starting to get this to work. But I don't want to do the math even for the grand total. Like, how many books can I actually put in my whole project? So I'm going to click over here to the sorting and grouping again. And down at the bottom, look at this, grand totals. Check that box, and it's going to give me a grand total at the bottom. But I only want it to add up my totals. Bam. So there we are. This is the grand total down here, 140 and 500 to 560. That's what we're dealing with. Now, let's prove that this works, okay? Let's go back to 3D, And we're going, whoa, nice design, very nice design. But if I come here to the top view of this thing and I go, you know what, we can probably fit some more, we can definitely fit some more cabinets in here. So I'm gonna move this over there. Ooh, wait, this is a great idea. I'm gonna put one of these over here. Look at this. I'm gonna put this guy right there. Look at that. Woohoo! And then I'm going to take these three. Ooh, man, he's amazing. He knows how to design this stuff, and he's going to mirror it right here. So it goes outside the building. Then he's going to scooch it in because he actually doesn't know what he's doing. There we go. Look at that. We have more stuff here. Whoa! Look at this. What if I say, come on, L, is this a good design or what? Oh, that's too close to the door, dude. Okay, I'll get rid of one. So here we go. So look, you come in the door, and this is the layout. But how many books is this going to take care of? Well, we'll see. Go back to the furniture schedule, and bam, look what it did. It updated instantly, always will. Update and give you all your totals. So bam, L. Now, we're almost done. You, for some reason, want this out in Excel. I'm like, what? Why? Okay, whatever. That's you. That's on you, right? You want this out of Excel, but because you can't take this to a client. You want this in Excel probably so you can print it. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Here we go. Wait for it. Last thing. When you have your schedule on screen, you with me? You can come up here to File, and you can come down to Export, and there's a tiny little down arrow right here underneath, and it brings you down to the reports. You with me? File, Export, Reports. And if I hover for a sec, look at this. I'm going to export this schedule. You bring it up on screen and then do what I just did, and you get schedule. Now, what it does is says, where do you want to put this? Furniture schedule of the shelving. I'm going to put it on the desktop. Now, wait, look at this. It's delimited text. It's fantastic. It's going to export. The native export is a text file, and that's what natively imports into Excel or Google Sheets, those programs that do spreadsheets. So I'm just going to hit export. Just leave it with its defaults, okay? Just hit save. Just hit save and walk away, okay? Yes, if your special program didn't use tabs, if it used commas or semicolons, I'm just going to leave it on tab because that's the default for both programs. So just leave the defaults, okay? It's going to bring the title, which is furniture and shelving. It's also going to bring the column headers, which is type, minimum number of books, maximum number of books. You with me? It brings all that stuff, okay? So here we go. I'm going to say, okay. And it exported that onto my desktop. Are you kidding me? Well, it just so happens that I also have a, let me just go over here. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and I've got this little test area I want to show you. I'm going to say, I would like a new Google Sheet. And this could be Excel that you're opening, whatever, okay? In Excel, you come up to the top, and I think it says data, import data from a file. And you just go click. You put your cursor right here in A1, okay? And then you go up here to, look at this, insert. I'm going to say file, look at this, file, import in, and I'm going to import a file. Are you kidding me? Where is it? I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to get that file to import. My drive, test area, whatever. Okay, test area. What am I doing? Okay, oh, I want to upload a file. Select it from your computer. Here we go. I'm going to go to my desktop, and where is it? Furniture schedule, shelving. I'm going to open it up, okay? So it brings it in, and it says, what do you want to do with this thing? Do you want to replace the current spreadsheet or insert it? Whatever. I'm just going to say import the data. Just leave the defaults, friends, and look on screen. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. And wait for, there it is. Okay. So anyway, it brings it right into It brings it right into Google Sheets. It brings it into Excel. You guys are going to love it. Okay. Anyway, that, my friends, is enough with this whole topic. L, rainy day. I can't remember your last name. Sorry. L, my friend L. I hope that helps. I hope that that really gives you enough information for you to run with it and make shared parameters, use them in your, and then bring them into any family that you open. You can bring those, any shelving family, you can bring those parameters into it and then load them in the project and should work for you perfectly fine. If you run into any problems or issues, just put them in the description box below and I'll try to address them. You can also go to my website and go to my email and email me directly if you're having some major issues and you need some help. All right. Well, that's about enough. I hope you guys have a fantastic day in Revit wherever you are. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.